Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. I'm Cholapansa Narula. Thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday morning. It's February 17th of 2016, and this morning we bring an update on His Majesty the King's medical condition from the Royal Household Bureau. His Majesty has recently experienced intermittent fevers while his blood test showed signs of bacterial inflammation. In its 20th statement concerning His Majesty the King's condition at Siriraj Hospital, the Bureau of the Royal Household said the King had a temperature of 38.1 degrees Celsius on Monday, February 15th. An examination on the previous night showed His Majesty's breathing was elevated. However, a chest X-ray showed no signs of inflammation in his lungs. The statement also referred to an echocardiography on February 7th, which showed unusual blood pressure in his lung and diastolic dysfunction or an irregular contraction of heart muscles. An earlier measurement of inflammatory biomarkers in his blood showed signs of inflammation. The Royal Medical Team had therefore prescribed His Majesty antibiotics while giving constant oxygen support together with rehabilitation and draining of saliva to prevent a blocked windpipe. The statement continued that the Royal Medical Team is trying to find the cause of bacterial infection and inflammation that could be generated by other diseases using special laboratory methods. Pending the findings, the Royal Medical Team has begun providing His Majesty with additional antibiotics intravenously and is monitoring His Majesty's condition closely. And at today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward, we go to the ASEAN-US Summit in California, where Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has had a chance to meet with Thai people living in the United States. General Prayut has had the opportunity to speak with Thai citizens who are representatives from the Association of Thai Professionals in America and Canada and others belonging to a group of creative professions. Many are working for world-renowned companies in the United States such as AT&T, Walt Disney and Nickelodeon. They have proposed to the Prime Minister a plan to promote national growth and competitiveness based on scientific development. They encouraged both public and private sectors to take advantage of science in order to achieve such growth and economic success. The Prime Minister congratulated them for their determination to return to Thailand and help move the country forward. More Thais working overseas have been invited to join groups that have been organized as collaborations between the public and private sectors to establish a global network of Thai professionals. The Prime Minister has joined his regional counterparts and the U.S. President in discussions of strategies of Southeast Asia and the conflicts in the South China Sea. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha attended the working dinner, which took place at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday or 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday in Thailand. The dinner was hosted by President Barack Obama and joined by other leaders of Southeast Asia. Deputy Government Spokesperson Major General Wirachon Sukhontapatipak said General Prayut has shared his ideas on the South China Sea problem, which he felt is a sensitive issue that has wide-reaching ramifications. He said the issue must be dealt with cautiously in order to maintain the peace, stability and the growth of the region. The Thai Premier reportedly called for negotiations to resolve the conflicts, while ASEAN should act in unity to demonstrate the bloc's strength and creativity in putting an end to the issue. Major General Wirachon added that the Thai Prime Minister also supported the U.S.'s role in helping tackle the problems of transnational crime, terrorism, epidemics and national disasters, while pledging Thailand's readiness to cooperate with the international community in adopting the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. One of the issues of interest is the IUU fishing problem, which is also being discussed at the ASEAN-US Summit. And joining us now to give us more insight into this particular problem is Commander Piyanan Kaumani, who is a Plan and Policy Officer at the Command Center for Combating Illegal Fishing, or CCCIF. Swadika, Commander. Swadika. Thank you very much for joining the program this morning. Are you with us, Commander Bianan?
Yes, I'm very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So let's begin can you help us by telling us more on the measures or cooperation to tackle illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing between Thailand and the United States, please?
Yep. The key objective for mitigating the illegal fishing in Thailand are that to reform our fishery industry to the international standards and to ensure the sustainability of our fishery resources. We are collaborating with international organizations such as International Labour Organization, International Organization of Migration, Regional Fishery Management Organization, the European Union, and of course the United States. We approach the problem as a system where the fishery is only part of the picture. Issue of labor, supply chain, food safety, and food fraud are also included in the planning process. During the Prime Minister visit, a subject of combating IUU fishing is among the topics. This is the result of the United States has enacted an anti-IUU fishing and seafood fraud regulation, which will enter into force in September this year. This applies not only to the seafood caught at sea, but also including the aquaculture, especially shrimp, as well as an extensive traceability system, so that we are ready to comply with these new standards. However, we are requiring technical support for implementing the measures set by the regulation, as well as integrating the traceability database to the US one to eliminate the IUU fishing and the seafood fraud in the future. And that has been discussed during the meeting.
I see. So basically, apart from the cooperation to tackle this issue with the United States, I believe that Thailand has been working with intergovernmental and also non-governmental organizations in the region in order to help deal with this issue. So has that been progressing well?
Yes, I think we've been cooperating well with all of these organizations, especially not only limited to illegal fishing. The work we do also include the labor and anti-human trafficking in fishery and related industry. Thai government has been working with the ILO for some time on several measures, including the costs for inspection of or detecting any human trafficking in Thailand. And another course is running tomorrow in Chiang Mai in order to train the inspectors. Also, in related to this issue, the Thai government has submitted a trafficking in person report to the U.S. at the end of January prior to the ASEAN-US summit. And the Prime Minister is ensuring that the integrated efforts to tackle the human trafficking in Thailand are put in place. CCCIF is also playing a crucial role in this effort. Several measures are taken up by the government, especially the legalization of illegal migrant workers by registering them into the system and allow them to work in the kingdom. Now, at the moment, the latest registration process is underway until the August this year. So far, the number of registration workers is about 30,000 foreign workers, with the total number of foreign workers in fishing vessels and seafood processing plants are now reaching 200,000. The reason is doing that is to stem any worker exploitation and to protect them under the law, and in turn to prevent the forced labor and reduce human trafficking in person in Thailand. And that is our process at the moment.
Well, Commander Bianan, thank you very much for joining Newsline this morning. That was
Thank
Commander Bianan Kaumani of the CCCIF, or the Command Center for Combating Illegal Fishing. Moving on to our next story, Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan has confirmed that the Cabinet and the National Council for Peace and Order have already provided the charter drafters with their suggestions. After chairing the weekly cabinet meeting on behalf of the Prime Minister, General Prawit revealed that feedback of the cabinet and the NCPO on the draft charter was sent to the Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC. On the cabinet's part, he said the input, which was compiled from each ministry, mostly concerned national administrative issues rather than political ones. General Prawit insisted that the given advice, if heeded, would allow the incoming government more convenience in its work. He said Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu Kruangam will later publicize more details on the matter. Citing its fairness and compliance with international standards, the Deputy Premier voiced confidence that the draft charter will pass the public referendum, although he admitted it is impossible to satisfy everyone. In regards to the recent demonstration of Buddhist monks at Puttamonthon Buddhist Park in Nakhon Pathom Province, General Prawit disclosed that the issue was not tabled at the cabinet meeting. He said, Minister attached to the office of the Prime Minister, Suwapan Tanyuwatana, has been assigned to look into the matter. The Bureau of the Budget has organized a meeting to clarify the 2016 to 2017 government expenditure budget as it pertains to the civil sector, state enterprises, and the government's various offices. The meeting was chaired by Deputy Prime Minister Somkit Jatusipitak, who explained that a new approach was taken to government spending in the latest budget. The new focus of the budget's management was for the connectivity and intra-agency support and divided spending into 5 groups, namely fundamental goals, local tasks, emergency spending, long-term strategies, and urgent reform issues, as well as loan and interest payments. Mr. Somkit called for each office of the government to plan their budgets thoroughly and in an integrated manner to avoid redundant spending. At present, requests for funds have totaled over 3.3 trillion baht, exceeding a set cap of 2.7 trillion baht. The Deputy Premier has asked that each office consider their budget with an emphasis on fundamental tasks and long-term strategies. The offices have 1 month to revise their requests and resubmit them to the Bureau of the Budget. The annual International Festival of Language and Culture showcased the diversity of linguistic talents from across the region. Kunir Traichak Wanit has this report.
The IFLC has aimed to cultivate and educate youths worldwide and to create an international platform to share their cultural heritage. Omar Darukarakim, the chief coordinator of IFLC, said that the festival gave students the opportunity to showcase their singing talents in their native language and in their unique cultural style while representing their home country.
Actually, this is the second year of the International Language and Culture Festival, and this is the great chance for Bangkok to bring all the youth from all over the world, 20 different countries, to Bangkok Thai Culture Center. They are very happy here. They love Thailand. They love the Thai hospitality, and they are very happy. Thank you very much, Thailand.
Students from nearly 20 different countries participated in this event, including the USA, France, India, Vietnam, Egypt, Georgia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Tunisia, Mozambique, Belarus, the Maldives, Laos, Myanmar, and Senegal. Pakapon Anurit, the Dean of International College of Siam University, said the event was a good opportunity for young people from all over the world to come together and share their cultural history.
Oh, it's a great event, you know, because this year is 2016. I think most students from around the world, they come from different cultures. But what happened is, now we come to reunite and we learn how we move towards, how we could bring all of this heritage, you know, cultural DNA forward to the future. As you know, ASEAN, the AEC, the TTIP, you know. In the economic world, there has been quite a progress. But now in terms of culture, I think we need to redefine the terms modernism, postmodernism, okay, contemporary culture.
The first festival in Thailand took place last year, and this year, over 3,000 people took part in the festival. The event featured cultural performances by participating countries, as well as discussions on cultural diversity, in a bid to promote peace, friendship, and understanding among its participants. I'm Niranut Traijakwanit reporting.
And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward. Up next in ASEAN News, a workshop has been organized on improving nuclear and radioactive materials detection for Thai and Laotian officials. We'll return with that, but now let's have a look at the exchange rates and some of the commodity prices.
Office of the Auditor General of Thailand is proud to celebrate its 100th anniversary with two great events of honesty and integrity. The 50th meeting of the ASOSAI Governing Board, followed by an international symposium on national integrity system, will be held February 15 to the 19th, 2016 in Chiang Mai Province. The people of Chiang Mai and the Kingdom of Thailand extend their greatest wishes for a successful and fruitful week of exchange and collaboration.
Pad Thai. Created from Thai wisdom, used to be served on banana leaf, and the banana tree is used for practicing Muay Thai. Muay Thai was trained in the temples, which can be found on the mountains, in the caves, or on the water, everywhere, just like Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in Amazing Thailand.
Welcome back. This is Newsline. The Office of Atoms for Peace and the Ministry of Science and Technology have been organizing a workshop on improving nuclear and radioactive materials detection for Thai and Laotian officials. The event is being held at Panlan Boutique Resort in the capital district of Nong Khai Province from February 15 till the 18th. Director of the Bureau of Nuclear Safety Regulation, Pongkrit Siri Pirom, stated that the era of ASEAN Economic Community will likely result in Thailand negotiating free trade agreements with more countries. He raised concerns that trade liberalization may lead to increased trafficking of nuclear and radioactive materials along border areas, either going into Thailand or passing through the kingdom to other destinations. Mr. Pongkrit said related officials must be ready for the new challenges by equipping themselves with knowledge, understanding, and hands-on experience with detecting nuclear and radioactive materials. He elaborated that these officials include border authorities, customs and immigration personnel, public relations and security officials, the Port Authority of Thailand, the airports of Thailand, all transportation-related officials, and postal service staffers. Have a look at the international news now. The United Nations Security Council expressed concerns during a closed-door meeting over Turkish shelling of Kurdish YPG militia targets in Syria and called on Turkey to abide by international law. According to Venezuela's UN Ambassador Rafael Dario Ramirez Carreno, who is the president of the Security Council for February, Syria wrote to the Council and Russia requesting the briefing by UN Political Affairs Chief Jeffrey Feltman. Turkish artillery returned fire into Syria for a fourth straight day on Tuesday, targeting the Kurdish YPG militia, which Ankara says is being backed by Moscow. Ankara fears the YPG are trying to secure the last stretch of around 100 kilometers along the Syrian border not already under its control. Turkey on Monday accused Russia of an obvious war crime after missile attacks in northern Syria killed scores of people and warned the YPG that it would face the harshest reaction if it tried to capture a town near the Turkish border. From toy-sized Brussels Griffons to 180-pound Irish Wolfhounds, hundreds of purebred dogs packed into New York to put their best paw forward at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show in hopes of advancing towards the gold. Some 2,700 dogs from more than a dozen countries have entered one of the world's most prestigious events for pedigree breeders. Now in its 140th year, the show is the second largest continuously running sporting event in the United States after the Kentucky Derby. Nearly 200 breeds and varieties were eligible for this year's Westminster competition. As usual, Labrador Retrievers and Golden Retrievers have the most entries with 51 and 50 contestants respectively. The bat-eared French Bulldog comes in third. After judges select the best of each breed, the top dogs go to the main event at Madison Square Garden, where they are narrowed down to best of each group: hound, toy, non-sporting, herding, sporting, working on terrier, which go on to compete for the Best in Show title. And before we end today's program, there is a quick announcement to make. The Thai National Committee on Irrigation and Drainage is inviting members of the public to take part in a slogan contest under the theme of Water Management in a Changing World, Role of Irrigation for Sustainable Food Production. If you're interested, well, the slogan must be in both English and in Thai. And if you have it, well, please send it to sloganwif2016@gmail.com no later than February 24th. The winner will be announced on February 29th, the end of the month, and the winner will receive 20,000 baht in prize money along with a certificate. For more information, please have a look at the following website, that is rid.go.th/ThaiCID. And that concludes today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. We end the program today by showing you some pictures from the BAFTA's red carpet. I'm Cholapansa Narula. Please join us once again tomorrow, right here on NBT. Swadee ka.